Hello, watcher. Yeah. So if you're watching right now, I am just playing around with some of the settings, trying to figure out what sounds good to you. So feel free to comment in the YouTube, and we're just kind of messing around with this. Yeah. Yeah. Lighting is a little bit off if you're watching. Gotta fix that. I got another piece of lighting that's going to be included here. What the shit? Alright, that's not going to work. I know, right? If you're watching, I know this is not super exciting. Yeah. Some of the stuff is going to be placeholder because I want to design like an actual menu for this. Hello. Hey, got two of you guys watching. So I'm just screwing around tonight, playing with a couple things. I haven't really had a chance to really get stuff. I'm also drinking, so that's always good. So this is not an official episode of HauntScene. This is just us doing some off-season testing. Some of the things that we want to do, I can't test unless I actually have a live audience. So if you guys have any feedback about the sound or anything like that, please put it in the chat, and then we'll be able to go from there. We've got all kinds of little things to tweak, so I'm just gonna play with it right now. So I'll check on the chat every once in a while. But I got some cool stuff that I'm really happy about. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm hoping. Let me turn this back on to the main screen. Balls. So, yeah. And I gotta turn that off too. A lot of work to be done. A lot of work to be done. Right, Cody? Right. Should be the should have the ability to comment on the video on YouTube. So yeah. I gotta fix that watermark too, because that looks stupid. I'm gonna be deleting this too. Okay. So I just turned it up to full screen to see what it looks like. It doesn't look too bad. It's not really meant to be watched full screen, but I want to make sure that the frame rate and everything stays good. Yeah. How's Milo doing? I miss Milo. I think about him every day. Hey! What's up, Poor Night Nightmares? How's it going? Yeah, this is just the, like, basic template, and then I'll build it out a little bit there from here. How does the audio sound? Does the audio sound good, or do I need to make any adjustments? I bought an audio mixer for this season. Instead of using my Yeti microphone, I have it working. I can hear myself when I turn it on. Sounds okay. Let's see. Let me try to play with a couple of the settings. How's that? Does it sound better? It should sound like a radio kind of host. That's really what I'm looking for. Unfortunately, I know jack about setting up the audio settings. Actually, it doesn't sound too bad. Yeah. The audio might cut in. Nope. That's not gonna work. The audio may. No, that's not working either. Hold on. Okay. Sounds louder? Yeah, but I'm getting some, like, feedback in here. One moment. This is why I need to hire a professional to set this up. Should sound. better. Yeah. The audio might break up a little bit when I'm going through and changing the settings, but they should come back. Yeah. All right. Hello. Testing. Testing. I can hear some junk in my trunk. Some junk in my trunk. All right, so continuing to test. Okay, excellent. So do I need to make any adjustments from here, or is this good for a stream? I'll probably turn all the knobs and screw it up. But once I get it to where it sounds good, I'll probably actually take a picture of it on my phone so I don't screw it up, because this thing has like many knobs, and I want to touch all the knobs, and I feel like if I know what I'm doing, and I don't. Okay. Good. So this will be the show. A lot of it'll be, we'll have, I'll just kind of go through the scenes. Like, we got our intro logo, which is pretty cool. So this will be pretty neat. Big fan of that. We'll have an intro video with an intro song. Still put that together. Probably going to film a new one for that, just to try to put more of an emphasis on like the independent haunts, and then our main screen. Probably have another screen here. Let me go ahead and add that back in. So we'll have like a where are you video? Have like a split screen with me. Well, with me and my co-host, and then if I get a Skype call, put that in there, do like a little split screen, which would be kind of cool. It's gonna be a little different. Last year, when I had Kira on the show, she was in the other room. So instead of actually having it set up at a table for two people with two microphones, I basically was just screen capturing them on Skype. This year will be different because we'll actually both be sitting next to each other. So that'd be pretty cool. Do I have a screen to monitor myself? I do. With the software that I'm using, XSplit, I can see this. I also have the stream up where I can see like how many people are watching and monitor the comments and that kind of thing. Right now, I'm just toggling back and forth because I only have one monitor set up. But I didn't know I didn't really know when we actually set up the studio how the camera was going to work. The camera's like right on the edge of the table, like right here. So I can actually have two monitors without it showing up on camera. So I have one with all the stuff for the show over here, and then have one right next to it where I can do like monitoring like Twitter and YouTube comments and all that stuff. So I like that all this stuff is off camera. I was actually thinking about doing like a DSLR setup for the camera, but I like how close that this webcam can be, so I don't have to screw with that. Yeah. So that worked out really well. I was afraid that like this studio was going to take up my entire house instead of half my dining room. What do you got going on, man? I've been seeing you posting stuff on Twitter. Trying to line up some content for the show or the site. Unfortunately, I'm not bad at running the show. I'm really bad at running like a blog. I'm spread too thin. I can do Instagram and I can do Twitter, no problem, and I can do the show, no problem. I just can't seem to run a website effectively, which kind of sucks. So I've been drinking, so if this is incoherent babble, sorry. It helps technology when you set up technology. It helps when you drink. Thanks. Appreciate that. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I it's our calendar year for the company, and I had to burn like 2 weeks worth of vacation in 1 month. So I've got a long weekend this weekend, and I've got a long weekend the last weekend of June, which is pretty cool because that goes into July 4th. So I end up like with a super long vacation. So I figured it'd be a good time to get this stuff set up. And I know it's still like 3 months until like the haunt season, but I wanted to get all of this working ahead of time and well so I could work on it instead of having to wait till the last second like I've done the last 2 seasons where I've been like panicking in August. So I'd rather not do that. Yeah. What city are you based out of? We've met. I know we've met. I think you're in Winter Haven or Auburndale, something like that. That's right. Gotcha. Sorry. I meet a lot of people, forget. I knew you were somewhat close. Ha! I knew it. Winter Haven. Yeah. Cool. How's everything going on your end with the site? Yeah. Thankfully, I don't drink too much at Hornets because I want to. I usually get a drink just to get a Blinky cup, and that's pretty much it. And then if they have more than one color, you have to get all the colors of the Blinky cup, and then yeah, because it gets expensive. I'm already spending enough on the show and the haunt tickets and everything and the merch. I haven't bought my Horror Nights tickets yet. The only thing I bought ahead of time is I've got Chamber of Terror tickets. That's it, which is amazing. So all these settings I've never played with. Pop out chat. Nice. Leave pop out chat up. I wanted to. Just like every other season, I wonder. I'm like, yeah, you dump a bunch of money into the show and spend all this time developing all this stuff, and then turn it on and like 5 people are watching. Not that I don't appreciate the 5 people, because I really do. It's just I kind of want to start building a more consistent audience, in double digits. But I'll take it who I can get, and I do this for fun. It's not really something I'm ever gonna profit off of. Ah, appreciate that. Yeah, just I'm all about cross promotion and everything. I think it's a little different because I do my main focus. I think this year is kind of driving traffic to the independent haunts. I mean, I'm still gonna cover like Horror Nights, and I'm still gonna go to Howl-O-Scream because I love those things. But really want to make sure that things like the Shallow Grave or Chamber of Terror, Ominous Descent, the local business type haunts really kind of get as much promotion as possible. Even like Zombie Outbreak, Mortar Manor, Petrified Forest, because they're the ones that need the more attention. Horror Nights has a built-in audience, and I'll be there. I'll be there by 20 something nights like I normally am. But yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, this year there's such an amazing lineup of independent haunts. It's just I've been out to Shallow Grave, loving the changes there. Been talking to Courtney from Chamber of Terror. Super excited about what they've got going on there. And then I've been out to Ominous Ascent a couple times, and that's just it's just creepy, man. That's just it's really cool. So those are going to be those are my favorites. And I mean, I'll do everything just like I do every year. It gets expensive. Like I've never done like Sir Henry's Haunted Trail. I'll be doing that this year. I'm really looking forward to doing Vault of Souls again. Yeah, looking forward to doing everything. And then actually, I think this year I would like to make a trip out to Atlanta to do Netherworld. That's on the list this year. And I think next year I'm going to start branching out a little bit, and I'd want to do all the stuff in California, like Horror Nights out there, and I think I have like Knott's Berry, Scary Farm, or something like that. Want to check that out. And I think the year after that I want to do like Salem, and I want to start branching out a little bit instead of just covering Central Florida over again. Oh, sorry. As much as I love all the haunts here, you know, this will be our third season, and they do change, obviously, every year, but, you know, I can only talk about the same haunts for so many times before people are just going to be like, you know, bored. But I think they make sufficient changes to where it warrants everybody doing them every year. Yeah. Ooh, that's what I need to look at. Bit rate. Trying to get a little more technically sound in these guys. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm from Detroit, obviously. I've never really, I wasn't really much into haunts when I was there. It was really kind of Horror Nights in 2008, the Bloody Mary year, that really opened my eyes. And then after, after that year, you know, I went that year once, and I think I went the year after that once. And then it dawned on me, I'm like, wait, you can go to this more than once? And that's kind of when I started to fall in love with the event, with the Frequent Fear. It's such a good deal. Alright, so when in doubt, look at Google. What bit rate should I use for streaming? 1200 to 4000. Okay, well, I've got mine set to 6000. That could be a problem. So let's go ahead and fix that. Putting out too much. Too much. So I think this is meant to be 720p, not 1080p. So maybe that'll come across a little better. It's so nice to have time to do research and testing before the season actually starts. See if I get any lag. See, I could do this, and then I have the stream up and muted, so I can see what I do without it losing like frame rate. I don't know if I change the bitrate though, if it like kicks over automatically. Let's see. Alright, let's unmute this. Okay. I like how the sound cuts in and out. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Or maybe when I'm just not saying anything, maybe the audio mixer just silences it, or maybe it has like silence detection or something like that. Because I can actually hear myself. I don't know. Yeah, I think with the bitrate change, it's like how much data you're sending through the stream, and that's supposed to be set in relation to your resolution. And I have a lower resolution, so people could like stream this on their smartphones or tablets or whatever. but the data that you push out from the stream has to kind of match the frame rate. And I've got too much data going out. Like if I wanted to broadcast in like 1080p, that it requires a ton of data to be sent out. But I just turned that down. So I think in order for that to kick in, I'd have to restart the stream, which I'm not really worried about because I know what it's going to look like. I gotta fix some lighting stuff as well, and I gotta get this menu bar here on the right working. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do here on the right hand side. Yeah, most of the stuff's placeholder, but I like the format of the show. I think I've been watching a lot of like ESPN, like Pardon the Interruption, and I like how they have their like menu bar set up and their topic list on the right, and their main view. And with the software I use, XSplit, I can switch from scene to scene. And once you build the show once, I love this, by the way. That is so cool. So it'll be like the intro and the outro, and then I'll have like a little intro with the stuff, and then have different scenes. It's like a TV show. You just go in and you tell it what you want it to. It's not hard to use. Yeah. But I really like that. I like that too. Like I like the I fivered this actually. It was like $5. I want to see that in the stream. That looks cool. That looks legit. Not like everything else, like the backdrop and the lighting and all that stuff like that. Like, want to look legit as possible, but yeah. And that was cool. And then I'm going to do like a 30 to 60 second kind of intro, the show. Like last year I had like the song is by this, and then in spite of production, and then like the what the hell, the map that showed like where all the haunts are. Like I said, I'm going to emphasize a little bit more the independent haunts this year, because everybody knows how to get to Halloween Horror Nights and everybody knows how to get to Howl-O-Scream. So I'm really trying to get people to do the independent haunt. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that. Like I'll acknowledge that there are cool theme park haunts because we love them, but I I want the point of the show to really be trying to get people to at least do one extra haunt. That's it. That's all I ask. Just do one. If you've never been out to Shallow Grave or Chamber of Terror or the new one, Ominous Descent or something like that, just do something different. Like some people, they buy like the Ultimate Pass for Horror Nights. It's like literally you're there for a month and a half every single night. I love Horror Nights and all. It's my favorite thing in the world. But doesn't it get boring doing the same thing every single night? It's not like the event changes, but, you spend the money. You get to go every night. That's, every night you go, it kind of brings the cost down. So I get it. It's like people that get the Freak of Fear Pass Plus with the one with, that includes Fridays. It's like a super good deal. I mean, if you go every night, it's like $10 a night. And I'll probably get my Freak of Fear Plus with Express like normal. Although I'm thinking about dropping the Plus this year, but I'll get Express because, I don't like waiting in line. But it'll be good. Somebody's tweeting me. I'm getting tweeted all over the place. I think I've used Twitter more in the last 2 months than I've used in the last ever. Yeah. Yeah, I am excited about I'm very excited about Ominous Descent. I've done a couple walkthroughs in various stages they've been working on. I think the last time I was out there was a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I shot some footage out there, which was horrible because I'm a horrible cinematographer. But some of it I thought was pretty cool to use. So that might end up in there somewhere. Yeah, I love the Offseason stuff. That's like my happy stuff. We also went to Sir Henry's and did a walkthrough there. That one's really cool. It's not much to look at in the daylight, but I have a feeling that once it's dark out and you're walking around the woods, because it's like a long, long walk, I think that one's going to be pretty cool as well. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. There's going to be some really cool changes at Shallow Grave this year. I was out there a couple weeks ago. Joe just can't stop tinkering, man. He's got to tinker. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. Definitely stay in touch. I'd like to stalk Shallow Grave. So I'm gonna shut the stream down. I got a couple things I got to tweak on it, but thank you for verifying the sound. I think I just need to get closer to the microphone or something, or I need to have somebody come by and be like, "Hey, here's how you actually set up a sound mixer, rookie," because there aren't really good videos on it on YouTube, which is unfortunate. So cool. All right, I'm gonna shut it down. Thank you. I will talk to you later. Definitely set something up so we can hang out at Horror Nights or something like that, or let me know. Or I typically do the other haunts on Saturdays, and I already have my schedule somewhat set for the season, so maybe we can collaborate on that. But everything, this is going to be like the best haunt year ever, as long as Horror Nights and Howl-O-Scream brings it with their new stuff. Yeah. This year is going to be a unique year, so cool. All right, have a good night. I'm gonna turn this off and I'm gonna delete it because drinking.